I'm Racers Marshal Pruett. We are here at Homestead-Miami Speedway IndyCar testing, first test of 2024. We have 10 teams in attendance, 10 cars here. Teams are shuffling drivers through this 3-day test, Monday through Wednesday. Bit windy, beautiful nonetheless, but wonderful to see the cars here in action. One of the things to know, really high tire degradation. Very slippery track. As a result, there's just a lot of grinding and spinning of the tires. They are scrambling to make traction, so we get a lot of wheel spin. That's a lot of fun to watch, but really interesting to see how teams are trying to make use of their 3 sets of tires per day, learn all they can, optimize handling as best as possible. Dix, we've got a lot of folks who are happy to either get out for the first time. You've been busy doing a lot of hybrid testing, so that's been good, but tell me about the roval here at Homestead. Got some lighter weight components on the car. I don't know if you're feeling those 100% yet, but tell me about this test.
Yeah, it's always good to get back in the car, but I think there's a reason we don't really test at this place, to be honest. Super low grip. You know, the tires don't last very long either, so you know it's always hard to compare, especially weight stuff when you know you're in a configuration and that's kind of how you run it. And I think I'm not even sure the last time I was here in an IndyCar, maybe 10-15 years ago, so it's been a while. I think the last time I was here was in the Ford GT and their prep, but hey, it's always fun to be driving an IndyCar, and you know, it's nice and warm here, man.
Tell me about some fun sliding and wheel spin. You mentioned the low grip. Don't have a ton of tires to work through, but the deg is high. I can just tell you from a corner standpoint, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I've spun twice already in turn 8, once in turn 8, and then coming onto the front straight. So yeah, the deg is high. You know, I used a set of Alex's tires from yesterday, which had 25 plus laps on them, and they felt like they had about 120 laps on them. So it's interesting. I think there's a lot of stuff obviously for different teams to get through as well. And then with the current configuration, just trying to get miles on it, make sure everything's pretty sweet. So yeah, it's fun, man.
Colton Herta extremely quick for Andretti Autosport, looking at the damping of their car over some curbs, almost like those curbs don't exist. Some other teams, a little bit more of a rough run over those curbs, get some wheel spin going, bouncing going on, but just this is what they're here to do. Learn about their setups, the ideas they've had during the off season, trying to validate what works, what doesn't work. Agustin Canapino here Tuesday was fastest, went out late towards the end of lunch here and put in some good laps on some fresher tires.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here to start the season. I was waiting a lot for champ in the car again. It's very excited. I'm very excited with this test. I finished it right now. We were yesterday and today morning. We were in a really good situation. We improved a lot between the outings. We learned a lot too. I'm really happy because at the end of my work, we finished at P1 so far, and we improved between Monday and Tuesday. So I think we started in a good way the season. Of course, it's only a test, it's only the beginning. But for me, with only 1 year here and with a new team, a small team, be there in the same times, slightly better with the top teams is a really good way to start.
Tell me how you're feeling year 2, instead of this all being brand new and holy crap, what, a little more comfortable hopefully?
I am another person. I am another person, totally different. So for me it was a massive jump, so it's impossible to describe. Now I'm starting to understand everything, inclusive the language. So I am another person. I am really excited now with the opportunity. The last year at this moment of the year I was really scared and now I am excited. It's totally different situation for me, but again I have my foot on the ground. I have calm. We have a lot of things to learn. I have a lot of things to learn. So for me it's a really good opportunity to have Romani in the team. It's a good opportunity because now we have a really experienced and talented driver with a lot of achievement on his background. So for me it's a really good opportunity to try to make me a better driver in these areas and try to continue our improvement like a team.
Some lighter weight components at the back of the cars. We don't have the full hybrid engine package in the cars yet. the energy recovery systems, but we do have the lightweight magnesium gearboxes, lightweight magnesium bell housing, so a bit of weight taken off the back of the cars. That's really what the teams are trying to grasp and get a feel for, because we'll modify their setups just a wee bit. I'm heading out here shortly, going back to Daytona, but really good to see Jack Harvey in for Dale Coyne Racing, second day in a row. Seeing you in an Indy car makes a lot of us very, very happy.
Thank you.
Tell me about getting the call from Dale Coyne saying, hey, we need to go to Florida, go to Homestead, get to learn this new 2024 spec car, and trusting you to do that. Gotta feel good.
That was a great surprise. You know, we've been chatting with Dale, seeing what exactly we could try and put together, and then the next phone call I got was him saying, did you want to drive in Homestead next week? And I was like, yes please. So literally went to pick up my seat, then went to Chicago the next day, got situated, met everybody, and then less than a week later here we are on track. So that was a you know, pretty hilarious 48 hours, but just one that honestly was kind of a little bit surprising, but I was really happy to hear that he wanted me to drive, and it wasn't until about 2 or 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon that I knew I was going to be driving on day 2, and obviously now great to get to see you as well. It's just fun, mate, driving. You know, I've always felt like I've maintained a good appreciation and gratitude for being able to do this as a job, but then how things kind of transpire, and then the off-season kind of, you know, just working and trying to put something together to get any call just was so amazing. I just feel like truly like so happy just to be here, which I know sounds super cheesy and it's a cliche, but I just feel it a little extra stronger right now because of, you know, the way things went.
Tell me about getting up to speed. Car slightly lighter, obviously setup being different from what you're used to in the past. Seems like today so far, at least through the morning, pretty darn quick there, Jack Harvey.
It feels good, mate, honestly. Yesterday we had a few teething problems, I guess, with a lot of new parts and whatnot, so we really didn't get to do too much yesterday. But I mean, honestly, we've unloaded today just a really smooth, kind of seamless day. So, you know, for me, just to get more laps on the track and kind of, you know, not that it's not been that long, but kind of just reacclimate all the time, learn a new car, and then obviously try and just help Dale and the whole team kind of just move the program along the best I can. Is, you know, kind of that was the brief, and I feel like we've been able to like work through a good program right now, which I know a lot of people always say, but coming into this test, you know, I don't know what the expectation was. It was just really about being here, trying to showcase what I can do, and, you know, hopefully give Dale a headache here soon as to what he's going to do with his driver lineup the best we can. And it's just been fun, you know, and I know I keep coming back to that, and, you know, probably without sounding cheesy again, that's probably what I haven't done enough in the last couple of years, was just come and have a great time. And, you know, as soon as I got on the plane from Indy to get here, to even just silly things like going out for dinner, I really just had a smile on my face the whole time, and just really have been enjoying being here, obviously getting to work with a new group of people who have all been fantastic. These are the moments where you feel really lucky in life, and I know we don't have a drive sorted yet, and, you know, there's plenty of maybes and what ifs, but ultimately what is now is I'm going to be driving this afternoon, and I'm pretty chuffed about it.
One fun little item here in the paddock, texted Zach Brown, CEO of McLaren Racing, had mentioned at the final race of 2023 they had something special coming for the paddock on the engineering side, and indeed behind me they have a grand double-decker telescoping engineering setup here, and yet again, Aaron McLaren trying to level up and doing exactly that here in the NTT IndyCar Series. How soon before the Andretti Globals and the Chip Ganassi Racings and Team Penske's have double-decker or triple-decker, who knows? But as we get faster, more professional in IndyCar, everything getting stronger. Not a surprise to see that the environment where people work, that's also receiving a lot of attention, a lot of investment. Great time here at a windy but beautiful Homestead-Miami Speedway on the roval. I can tell you there's no news to report in terms of IndyCar coming here to race on the oval. I can tell you though, speaking to the teams, everyone in and around this facility, folks want to come back and race on the Homestead-Miami oval. So I do indeed hope that's part of IndyCar's future, coming back here to southern Florida, just outside of Miami. I think we'd put on a heck of a show. I'm Marshall Pruett for Racer Magazine, racer.com. Thanks for watching.